What's good, people? Can you say double upload? That's right, Dreamer here, and today I have a Tracer gameplay analysis guide, tips and tricks video. If you haven't already, check out my somber gameplay analysis uploaded just yesterday. At the 100 subscriber milestone, I will start taking submissions of other players' games, but while the channel continues to grow, I will continue to try and bring you guys games from a lot of different characters. So if you guys like things like this, make sure to drop the beat on those like and subscribe buttons and visit my stream to catch this in the moment at twitch.tv/adreamerxiv. All right, guys. Well, as you can see, we are currently sitting in low diamond. Not exactly where we want to be. We've kind of been battling up and down, but we started to hit our stride again. Playing, if you guys don't know, I play mainly Sombra and Soldier 76. I have above a 60% win rate with both of those characters, but I also want to add Tracer to my arsenal. And by no means am I the best Tracer player in the world at all, but I'm a very good Tracer player. But what I really want to do is she's been such a meta pick since the game came out. It's one of those characters that I've really started to grind as of late, and my win rate has kind of fluctuated because of that. But once I get my Tracer to a good level, then I'll be able to rotate between Tracer, Sombra, and Soldier and have a really strong and solid core, DPS core that I think I'll be able to take the Masters. So if you guys haven't practiced Tracer at all, I highly encourage you to practice Tracer. She's one of the best hard carry heroes in the game just because of the damage she can put out and because of the self-sustain that she has with her blinks and her recalls. Like, if you guys learn to use those blinks effectively to get into advantageous positions for Tracer and use that recall without losing too many lives, like, she can really carry you a lot of games here. So like I said, I've been grinding Tracer a lot lately, so by no means is this the top tier Tracer gameplay, but I figure, you know, we can all watch this and learn from my mistakes in a game where I did all right.
And then I play Junk Fair and Luther.
I play everything.
So Tracer on defense, a lot of people don't like to play her a lot, but if you guys watch Overwatch League at all, I mean she's pretty much in every single composition almost, especially the dive compositions. But Tracer on defense is pretty effective here. So I see the Hanzo's got the Discord on him, so immediately I get out there. I can't one clip him, so I know the whole team is right there and, you know, trying to push through that choke on the right side. But since I know the whole team is there, there's no real point in me diving out there and trying to get it. So I let them all pass a little bit. I see the Soldier has the Discord, jump on him, clip him up quick, and then make a stupid, bonehead, ridiculous, dummy mistake about running straight on and attacking a Hanzo straight on. One, you have to know as Tracer, if Hanzo hits you with any arrow at all, body shot or anything, you know, if he shoots you in your ankle, his arrows are going to do enough damage that's going to force your recall, because if you were to take another arrow, you die. And what you want to do with Tracer is you want to attack from advantageous positions. You want to stay in an enemy's blind spot. You never want to fight head on because you're such a squishy hero. And what did I do? I blinked right onto the Hanzo, and of course he scattered my brains out. Right there, the Soldier had the Discord, so I was able to jump on him. Mercy's really staggered away from her whole team. There's no way you should ever lose a one-on-one with a Mercy and a Tracer, especially in that situation when she was all by herself. So I was able to jump on that and get some effectiveness out of that. So I got the Zarya bubble. That's the only reason that I was aggressive at that point right there. Zarya didn't tell me she's going to bubble me, but if you guys noticed, you could kind of see it on my screen, the bubble outline. And so that's why I attacked the Hanzo straight on. Since he was already low health, I knew I could kill him. And I knew I had the safety of that bubble that would keep me alive. So they switched to a Tracer now.
I almost have ult again.
So it's kind of my job. I don't want to duel the Tracer or spend too much time with the Tracer. But if I can kill that enemy Tracer, you know, that's a huge win for our team. Right down there, the Soldier wasn't paying any attention to me, and I was behind him. So what I did officially was he was shooting at my team. I saw he dropped that healing circle. And so a lot of times, like, I didn't have to stick the Soldier directly, but at the same time, I knew he was going to try and stay within the confines of that healing circle. So I just tossed the pulse bomb right in the healing circle where I knew he was going to be, and obviously it got the kill. Again, waiting in this little side room right here, kind of want to see who runs past, who does what. See, that time right there, Soldier wasn't looking for me, never checked this corner. Mercy came and tried to res him. I waited for the Mercy. One clip the Hanzo. Sprayed the Overwatch League spray, because that's where we're going to get one day. But yeah, no, that was a good sequence. Waiting in that side room, they didn't check the corner. Soldier was already half health using his ult, didn't look for me, so I was able to kill him. And then I saw the Mercy, and I knew she'd want to res that, and so I immediately got into a position where I could one clip the Mercy. The Hanzo just happened to be low health, so I was able to take advantage of that too. But that was a pretty good play by me. Still doesn't make up for the bonehead play earlier, but that was unfortunate for that Winston. I had pulse bomb built up, and he went into the room, where I was kind of hanging out. I gave him a whole clip in his face, and then he really had nowhere to run from that pulse bomb. So I just kind of stuck him in and kept it moving. But if you guys can see kind of where I'm attacking from, like now that I saw that dragon, I know where the Hanzo was. I knew he was behind me, so I knew I had to be careful. But at the same time, I'm trying to stay out of everybody's line of sight here on the enemy team. Super, super, super low health. Just trying to do damage, being patient. I don't want to jump on the point and die here right away. So my best idea for me is just to get out of that situation. They already had 3-4 guys on point. There was no way that I could clutch that in that situation. So the best thing for me to do was just to get the hell out of Dodge.
I'm not really there.
Fall back to second point, guys. It's always important that you stay alive. Like, they didn't cap that point super quick, but if I would have died, jumping on that point trying to be a hero, they might have ended up staggering me, and then I get a bad spot. And maybe after that, they're able to snowball that point and, put more pressure on us. So right here, one of my teammates just suggests, I'm doing work as Tracer. I'm getting picks, handling my business. Unfortunately, right there, I was already low health, and the FAR has been giving my team a lot of problems. So it's one of those things, even though I have gold limbs and, good damage and stuff like that, my team is really getting abused by this FAR. So guys, be flexible in a sense that I know I can play a really effective soldier. I know I can take the FAR out of this game when it gets down to it. So when my team needed somebody to deal with the FAR, I happily switched to the soldier, and now I'm going to do my best to focus that FAR in this game and make sure she's not as big of a factor against us. One clipped our Zen. I'm trying to focus the FAR. She's getting kind of pocketed right now. The Mercy got our Zen, which is the Tracer got our Zen, which is unfortunate. As you see there, I was getting pressured by the Winston and the Tracer. Tracer's still kind of spawn camping me a little bit. But, what I had to do is I knew, it's always better to stay alive. If you die in that situation, then you go on a 10-second cooldown. Instead, I run back to spawn for 2 seconds and then run right back out where I can do effective damage and help defend the point.
They didn't even get a tick. Nice.
Yep, my team did a really good job there, maintained our position on the point. We were able to make sure that they didn't even get a tick. So that was a great job by my team especially, and staying alive and making those smart plays. Right now they have both supports running up, which is a stupid, stupid play. They have no tank in front of them. That's free damage for me and any one of my teammates. And at the same time, if they would have got picked in that situation, like I just picked the Mercy with a Helix rocket into the group of people there. Now, they're down their main source of healing, and their push is pretty much dead. Killed the Mercy and the Winston, like that's all we really needed to do. I built up Visor now too, so I'm watching for the Pharah flanks. Got the Pharah, for whatever reason she's on the ground. Don't know if she got hacked by, we don't have a Sombra, so there's no reason for that Pharah to be on the ground. The other team's making a couple bonehead mistakes that they're really going to pay for in the long run here. As I run up into the middle of the choke and almost get one clip by the Tracer. Talk about stupid mistakes. So right now as Soldier, what I'm doing is I'm kind of staying in the back line, just pumping out damage. I'm not firing my gun repeatedly unless I'm trying to break a shield. I'm trying to fire in 4 or 5 round bursts. I should say 4 or 5 round bursts there to make sure I'm getting accurate and effective damage. Pharah went for a cheeky ult. I'm pretty sure they switched after that last kill, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I've built up Visor, and a couple other of my teammates have ults here, and so we're doing a really good job holding up until this point. Still running that Winston. Winston dives in. He's absolutely out of his mind. If you guys play any Winston at all, don't dive in unless you have some kind of support. Don't just dive in and give your life. Like, this Winston is 100% feeding right now. Yeah, he's got Primal Rage, which he probably meant to pop on that last attack. But either way. So I pop the Visor. I see the Mercy. I see the Mercy using Valkyrie, so I try to take her. Ana gives me the nano boost. I make sure drop my healing circle, stay out of the way of that pulse bomb, get the Helix rocket on the Tracer, which is a huge kill for us. in terms of it's 2 CP, so we have a huge spawn advantage.
Pocketed.
So right now, I know they're not running the far anymore. So what I want to do is I want a character with a little more mobility and sustainability. So I switch back to Tracer to help defend this point for this last part. Pressuring the Ryan right now. Yeah, I'm staying in front of him, and as Tracer, you don't really want to do that because that's not where your effective damage lies. But I wanted to make sure that my presence was felt and that he knew he couldn't just walk onto the point there. So got the Ryan, just took the Mercy. Now it's pretty much only the Winston and the Lucio on point, so my team's doing a really good job. 2 CP is a really hard game mode to win unless you have very clean engages as the attacking team, because the defender's team is, you know, the defender's spawn is so close, it's just right there. So it's really crucial in 2 CP that with your team you have, you know, good communication and good teamwork, and you make good, clean engages and disengages in terms of in terms of ending a fight, you know, and maybe retreating or regrouping in order to go for another team fight there. That last time that Ryan was, you know, pushing up the choke pretty much by himself, didn't really have any other support, and then, you know, he makes a dummy charge in and is by himself, you know, one on 6 on our point. And so then it's, you know, he's battling a Winston in front of him, and I'm giving him bullets from the backside. Like, that's a lot of damage. And a push without a Reinhardt as your main tank, especially if you're going to run that, is, I mean, it's pretty much dead at that point. It's really tough. They really had no other shield to kind of get behind and push on to the point.
Most likely they have a shield.
So they didn't even get a tick on that second point here. So all we really have to do, we have to cap the first point and then get that 33% on the second point. Should be able to win this game, so it's a real winnable game.
So we're probably gonna need the extra healing.
As you can hear, my team right now in spawn, guys, it's crazy what this can do. But in spawn, you know, if you communicate with your teammates, if you talk strategies, you know, what you guys want to do, instead of everybody, you know, running in a circle or doing their spray on top of each other or spamming voice lines or anything like that. If you guys communicate what you want to do, how you want to attack, then you take that entire part of it out of the equation in terms of your attack when you go to execute. And that's huge. You don't have to waste any time in game. You can just execute the plan and then go from there.
Most likely D.Va, man. Like, that's my best. This is my best tank.
Oh yeah.
You'll see. Watch.
Never want to go out the main door. Always look for it. Didn't see a Junkrat trap or anything like that. But just as Tracer, you're so squishy and it's so easy for you to get around. There's really no point in you ever going out the main door. So I see Symmetra's by herself over here. So what I want to do is I definitely want to pressure the Symmetra. D.Va and some other characters came in and peeled for that sim because they knew they were going to do it. So right now they have the Orisa barrier up. They have the D.Va in front, defense matrix in. So what I did is I just blinked all the way through them as fast as I could there, and now I'm behind them in a point where they're not paying, you know, hardly any attention to me. And I make another bonehead move. Soldiers on point, you know, and I see that I'm low health. What I should have done is recalled, played it safe, got my health back, and just blinked away from that engagement since I had the Moira's biotic grasp on me as well as the soldier's attention. As Tracer, like I said, you really wanna attack from advantageous positions where the other team's either not paying as much attention to you or can't see you as well, because you're so squishy and it's so easy for you to get killed. They do have a teleporter in the very back. I blinked in, tried to pulse bomb it, took too much head-on damage. I blinked right into Orisa, another bonehead play that I could have made better use of. Maybe took the other way since I saw the Orisa shield on one side. It would have been hard for me to go past the Orisa and her shield and get the pulse bomb on the teleporter. But anytime you can use your teleporter to take, or anytime you can use your pulse bomb to take out a teleporter, that's huge value out of your pulse bomb, because you build up a pulse bomb so quickly. If you are to take a teleporter away from the Symmetra, that's pretty much taking out her entire value entirely. So I blinked. What you want to do with an Orisa is it's really hard for Orisa to aim on smaller targets. So what I did is I blinked pretty much right in her face, and it's really hard for her to aim at that point. And at the same time, it's really easy for me to just, you know, clip up on her face for those headshots and that really effective damage. And so that's what I wanted to do, is I wanted to get as close to her as possible, kind of move around a little bit, keep that cursor on her head, and just give her the whole clip. And as you can see, I pretty much killed her in 1.5 clips there, because I was doing so much effective damage.
Sit down.
Nice.
So soldier's out of position. See that soldier right there? He's peeking too much. We took the point. There's no point unless he's trying to build ult, but even then he should play it safe. Now they're down one and they have to wait for their soldier to respawn.
I'm on a mech, so.
Oh, thought I had a good pulse bomb there. Thought I was sticking the mercy res. Wasn't accurate enough with that pulse bomb. I have Moira pressuring me. Have to get out of dodge.
Yeah, I shouldn't have thrown that ult.
Now we're down 2 now. The soldier did come back. He used his visor. We're down to mercy. We're down the widow. So all we can do now really is kind of retreat. Now the only reason I'm maintaining poke damage here and all of that is just because they weren't paying attention to me. If D.Va would have turned and looked at me, I would have had to disengage and blink away from that engagement. But since they were paying no attention to me, I saw that as an opportunity to get some effective damage as I one-clipped the McCree, and then I got good damage onto the soldier there in order to get the kill. And again, overstayed my welcome. So where can I improve my positioning, my aim, not taking those stupid deaths, and kind of staying out of that enemy line of sight where I can still do effective damage and do my job as a harassing tracer. I just have to thank you all again for watching. I hope you're able to take some helpful things from this video. If you like these videos, let me know by clicking those like and subscribe buttons, and make sure to follow me on Twitter and Twitch at ADreamerXIV for updates on my video and stream. This has been your man Dreamer, reminding everybody to answer the call because the world could always use more heroes.